That one is sent all the way down to left field. It gets down, and the runner comes in. Is the throw going to make it? He is safe. Noah Strickland safe. So it's tied 2-2 in the Sweet 16 matchup. It's getting intense out here at Greg Goodwin Field at Redan High School. Bases loaded, bottom of the sixth, tied ball game. Redan hasn't scored since the bottom of the second. It's the bottom of the sixth. Bases loaded. A.J. Holloway, the right-handed pitcher at the plate. 1-1 count. He sends this to right center field, and it goes up, and the play is made. Bases loaded, and not a single runner scores. This is the third consecutive inning where the Redan Raiders leave multiple runners stranded. So the Indians escape a scary situation, and we are headed to the top of the seventh inning, tied here in the Sweet 16. Welcome back to Greg Goodwin Field at Redan High School. It is the bottom of the seventh of a Sweet 16 matchup between Stevens County and Redan High School. Stevens County took the lead in the top of the seventh, 4-2. Redan needs runs here. They haven't scored since the second inning. The Indians have scored 4 unanswered runs, and here we are in the bottom of the seventh, where the Indians are looking to close it out, and the Raiders are looking for some runs. Almost was hit by the pitch there was Jameer Holloway, the Alcorn State commit, the senior center fielder who's at the plate for the Raiders. At the mound for the Indians, Hayden Scott, who's been out there all game. So 2-0 count now. The Raiders need runs. It's the bottom of the seventh. Down by 2 in game 1 of a Sweet 16 series. Game 2 will follow immediately after on MPTV. 2-0 pitches in. That's another ball. So 3-0. And the Raiders have been getting on base, but they have not been bringing those runners home. That's been the problem. They have stranded so many batters each and every inning since the second. They have to capitalize, and he gets walked. So Jameer Holloway, 4 pitches, 4 balls. He heads to first base. The Alcorn State commit, the future Brave, gets on base. Full count, 1 out. Moxie McNeely at the plate. Runner goes. Holloway goes to second. It's close, but he's safe. So 2 runners on, 2 outs. 2 runners on, 1 out for Redan. Down by 2. So the go-ahead run is now at the plate. The go-away and win run is now at the plate for Redan if they can capitalize. It's Matthew Evans, the shortstop, the senior, the Eastern Tennessee State commit at the plate. He has a chance to do something big here for the Raiders. 2 runners on. He would be the winning run if he can do something special here. That pitch is high, 1-0 count. Raiders down by 2, 1 out, bottom of the seventh. It's now or never for Redan. The tying runners on the bases, the go-ahead winning run is at the plate. Pitches in, pitches high, 2-0 count. Matthew Evans at the plate, the shortstop, a big play guy for Redan, has an opportunity to make a big play here in the bottom of the seventh. 2-0 count, 1 out. Hayden Scott on the mound understands the situation here for the Indians. Pitches in, pitches high, 3-0 count, 3 balls. 3 balls. Matthew Evans at the plate here, and Hayden Scott is having trouble finding that strike zone. Bottom of the seventh, 2 runners on will be the tying runners on first and second. Matthew Evans, the winning run at the plate with a 3-0 count, pitches in, and Matthew Evans is walked. Bases are loaded for the Redan Raiders. They need 3 to win. They need 2 to tie, working with 1 out. And Cross Redden, the third baseman, will be at the plate with the opportunity to be a hero in game one. And the Indians are going to make a pitching change, and we are going to step aside. Welcome back inside Greg Goodwin Field. It is the bottom of the seventh in a Sweet 16 matchup between the Indians and the Raiders. Bases are loaded for the Redan Raiders. They are down 4-2 right now with an opportunity to have a walk-off win. At the plate right now for Redan is Cross Redden, the senior third baseman, looking to be a hero with the bases loaded. All they need is 2 to tie. They need 3 for the walk-off win. 1-1 count with 1 out. At the mound now for the Indians is the relief pitcher who just came in to try to get the Indians out of this situation and try to take game one. It is Connor Loudermick, and the crowd wants a balk, but they don't get it. So the relief pitcher, Connor Loudermick, at the plate, trying to help the Indians escape this situation and take game one. At the plate for the Raiders is Cross Redden, looking to be a hero and get the walk-off win with the bases loaded. 2-1 count, 1 out. This is for game one of the GHSA Sweet 16 round. 2-1 is the count. Redden at the plate, bases loaded for the Raiders. Pitches in, pitches high, 3-1 count. There's nowhere to put him without bringing home a run. 3-1 count, 1 out, bases loaded. Redden at the plate. He wants to be the hero. He wants to be the guy to make this place erupt with a walk-off win for the Raiders. Pitches in, fouls back, 3-2 count. Loaded count now, 1 out.
You're a senior. This is how you say.
This is how you end that career, right? It's a full count now, 3-2, 1 out. Redden's either going to walk or he's going to get out. Let's see what happens. Connor Loudermick understands the situation here at the mound. Pitches in, and he's punched out. Louderman gets the strikeout with the bases loaded, and Redden heads back to the dugout with the bases loaded. 2 outs now for Redan. This is their final opportunity. James Bethay, the sophomore, now at the plate. The underclassman with an opportunity here for a grown man play. Bases still loaded. Pitches in. That one fouls back. So 0-1 count. Redan down 2-4. They need 2 runs to tie. They need 3 runs to walk this off with the win. James Bethay at the plate. 0-1 count, 2 outs.
He has to put this in play.
Swing and a miss for Bethay. 0-2 count. Loudermick is 1 strike away from taking game one for the Indians. Bases are loaded, and Bethay asks for time. 0-2 count with 2 outs. The bases were loaded with 1 out at one point. Pitches in, swung on. It gets down, but will it go? That is ball game. The Indians take game one. Loudermick, the relief pitcher, gets out of the situation. The bases were loaded for Redan, but they do not capitalize. The Indians take game one 4-2 over the Raiders in this Sweet 16 GHSA playoff matchup. The Indians take down the Raiders at Greg Goodwin Field. 3-2, full count here. 3-2 count, 1 out. Runners on the corner is Bell at the plate. The Raiders need some runs here, something that wasn't coming easy for them in game one. Pitches in, and that one fouls way back 3-2 remains the count. Bell at the plate, working against Connor Loudermick, the first baseman and pitcher for the Indians. Pitches in, pitches low. So bases are loaded. So we start game 2 how we ended game 1 with the Raiders. Bases loaded. Can they capitalize here early in game 1? Working with 1 out. They need a win in this game to survive and advance to a game 3 tomorrow. Indians trying to wrap this up tonight and head to the Elite 8. 0-1 count, 2 outs, runner on second for the Indians. Drew Daves at the plate, pitches in. He sends that one down right field, and they're going to make the play. The pitcher makes the play. Matthew Evans comes off the mound to make the play at first base. And the Raiders escape the second inning without giving up any runs. They need this one to advance to a game 3 tomorrow. Pitches in, and that one's low. Catcher keeps it in control. Runners retreat to their bases. Indians fans, Raiders fans, they're making noise. A lot at stake in this second game. Will the Raiders force a game 3? Will the Indians advance to the Elite 8? It's all decided in these next 4 innings. Evans at the mound, 3-2 count, 1 out, pitches in, swing and a miss. Evan punches out Connor Loudermick. Pitcher on pitcher crime. Pitches in. He sends that one to second. Throw is made at first, but a run scores. Holloway gets on the board for the Raiders. The first run is in, and they needed it. So the Raiders have not scored a run since the second inning of game 1 a few hours ago. Now they're on the board here first in game 2. Evans loading up the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Evans punches out Loudermilk, showing the pitcher how it feels to get struck out. And Loudermilk heads back to the dugout. The Raiders are feeling the energy. We are headed to the top of the 6th inning. Redan holding on to a 1-0 lead in a game that they need to stay alive in the GHSA playoffs. The crowd is booming. We can feel them below us in the press box. Pitch is in. Pitch is in for a ball. That was close. Redan has to have this game to stay alive. Zagan, the go-ahead run. The pitch is in. The pitch is in for a strike. It's a full count. One more strike wins the game for Redan. Forces a game 3. Full count, 2 outs. Zagan at the plate, the tying run at second base. Full count, the pitch is in from Evans, and they fouls it back. The tension is thick at the ballpark. 2 outs, full count. Game 2. Raiders trying to stay alive and play again tomorrow. Redan needs to get this final out to stay alive. 2-2 count. Pitches in. Swing and a miss. Evan punches out another batter. This time it's Noah Strickland. And we are headed to an additional inning. It's tied up 1-1. Someone has to win it. The Raiders are trying to force a game 3. The Indians are trying to end this series tonight. Is Duke Collins, the freshman, at the plate now for the Indians. All the Indians need is 1 run, and they're headed to the Elite 8. He puts the bunt in play. They make the throw to first. The throw is made to first. However, Hayden Scott advances to second. So runner in scoring position now for the Indians at second base. So all the Indians need is 1 run to head to the Elite 8. And that run is now at second base with Christian Hewitt now at the plate for the Indians. Bottom of the 9th, pitches in for a strike. The sophomore, Moxie McNeely, starts off this one with a strike. The winning run for the Indians at second base. Pitches in for a ball. 1-1 count for McNeely. 1 out. 1-1 count. But all the Indians need is 1 run. Raiders trying to cling on in this playoff series. Pitches in. That's in for a ball. 2-1 count. 1 out. The sophomore coming in late at night, relieving Matthew Evans on the mound. Two, 1 count, 1 out for the Indians. The pitch from McNeely is in. That one gets sent to right field. It is not caught. The ball is down. Hewitt comes around third. He comes home, and the Indians are headed to the Elite Eight. They sweep the Redan Raiders on the road. They steal 2 wins here at Greg Goodwin Field, and they are now taking over the trap at Redan High School. So the Indians, they win in extra innings, bottom of the 9th. The walk-off run is Christian Hewitt, and they are headed to the Elite Eight. The season is over for the Redan Raiders.